everyone, James Rath here. I'm joined by Rikki Poynter.
Hello.
We've done a video in the past through the internet, but we are in person now at VidCon 2016. And we just did a video on her channel. You might be able to see
the best thing ever. Oh my gosh.
Oh, naked Pikachu.
Oh, the Pikachu.
So if you want to check out how that video went, link will be in the description or check the card. We're going to talk about dating and disabled.
Yeah.
Being disabled and dating. Her being deaf and me being blind, and how that affects our partners, finding a partner, finding the compatibility, and
then when the partnership actually happens, like family stuff and all that, because I've got a few things to say about that.
Okay.
So I have been in a relationship, a long distance relationship actually, for the past year, and let's see, so a year and 2 months. Wow, that's been a long time. And my first ever relationship, and wow. So I'm deaf, obviously we've established that already, but my boyfriend is 100% hearing and only knows very little sign language.
Quick history of me. So I've had a few relationships. I've been kind of dating since I was like 13, 14, but it's been kind of like, you know, the school thing where you're kind of just dating, quote unquote, in school. And, you know, I've experimented around, but I really just kind of did more flings than anything else, friends with benefits kind of things. I did have a relationship 2 summers ago, more of a fling kind of thing, the summer, and then I've been kind of just on and off dating, never really becoming official because I just never felt comfortable, I guess. With me, I really consider personality and that mutual connection a huge factor. But do you rely your partner, Devin, for example?
Do I rely on him?
How would you rely on him, and in what situations?
Okay, so this is the part where it gets kind of complicated, because like oftentimes I will tell him like, hi, you are not my interpreter, so if this person isn't gonna communicate with me in the way that I would like them to, then I'm like, okay, then I'm just not gonna deal with them. Now I've gotten better about that, but in the past I would often be like, okay, they're trying to talk to me, and then I look at him and I'm like, what did they say? And now I've been trying to get out of that habit, because like I don't want people to think that the right way to go about it is by looking at this person beside me, 1, because he's a man, and 2, because he's hearing. I've been relying on him on other stuff, like if I want to go out to eat somewhere, if I'm having to go in by myself, like if he's in the car waiting, then I'm like, oh my god, I have to go get this, like I don't want to get this, I don't want to go talk to them because it's going to be awkward, but then I have to get over it.
Okay. How do you find the best way to communicate with him?
We've been doing a mixture of oral communication and then typing and sign language. He knows like the very, very, very basics. So it's just really been a mix, I feel like, because we're both used to communicating orally since I grew up mainstream, and I've only been learning sign language for almost a year and a half. The oral communication kind of comes in first. And then when that doesn't work, it's like a mixture of oral communication and sign language. And then when that doesn't work, then it's like all 3 or just typing, depending on the situation.
It's hard for me to open up personally
Same, still.
Yeah, to let someone be like, basically, if I'm gonna have a partner, if I'm gonna date someone, they are gonna end up being my guide, like my sighted guide, and basically be my eyes in social situations. And
yeah, so like with Devin, like he's my ears.
And I haven't really been able to get to that level with someone yet, and it's hard. So I personally would rather, like, no offense to any other blind people, I'd rather date someone who's sighted rather than someone who can't see, because then it's just, we're lost together, you know? So it's just been kind of hard for me personally to open up to that, and I've been trying to ease into it, but at the same time, I've also been getting so much more independent, like in the last 2 years, living on my own. And I just prefer doing things on my own, like either technology or like, you know, just...
I mean, we are YouTubers, so...
Yeah, like using, you know, cameras or other things.
Filmmaker.
I've gotten so much more independent that it's like, it's not always convenient to rely on someone else, you know? But at the same time, I know a relationship is more than just kind of using someone as my eyes. There's obviously a connection, but because of my lifestyle, they're going to be playing a larger role in allowing me to see the world.
Family is very, very interesting. This is where, you know, when you were saying that you would prefer to have a partner who is sighted.
Yep.
Because so-and-so, such and such. For me, I'm not gonna lie, occasionally, and this is because of, like, family and communication stuff, I've been like, okay, what if this was a deaf family that I was being involved with? And, because really, for the past year, every time we go to a family event, honestly, I kind of end up dreading it, because the family very rarely, I don't think they really get it. So even when I'm constantly like, what, I got no idea what you're saying, I'll still just start talking. Like recently, we went to a wedding and somebody came up to me and started talking. I was like, I don't understand what you're saying, can you type that? And they were still talking about, and there's one person in particular that would be talking over and over and over again. I got to the point where I was like, okay, no. Because it's just very, very awkward when you're sitting like at a dinner table and then they all start chatting and chatting and chatting, and like it's like some of them will be like, oh well, we're new and we don't really feel a connection either, but I'm like, okay, but that's different because you can learn to get that connection because you're still getting information. So you can kind of like learn about what's happened in the past. Me, I can't even do that because I literally have no idea what's being said.
Yeah.
95% of the time. And when I do know what's being said, it's really just bits and pieces, like random words that were understandable. So that's really the biggest struggle with the relationship, really.
Yeah, you like bouncing off of that, you kind of have the opposite where you can see the facial expressions and everyone
Exactly.
laughing and
so I can get, so I can, if there's a sad moment, I get it.
Yeah, and the thing is, I can't see someone's facial details, like their expressions and stuff, so I will hear something and they're saying it to them, and then they're giving them a look to kind of give context to the body language. I can't
Yeah, if
really...
they had if they were a very monotone sort of voice the entire time,
Yep.
It would just be like, okay, I can't tell if this person is happy or sad or wants to punch Trump in the face. I don't know.
So for those of you who are able-bodied and you're wondering how you could be better accommodating to, say, a partner who happens to be deaf or blind, have either of those disabilities, we can tell you kind of like how you can be more accommodating in that regard.
I think, probably the most important thing is obviously listen to that person. Like if they tell you this is how it's gonna have to be in a nice polite way or whatever, then you know you need to listen to them. Don't be like, okay, but, because it's like at the end of the day you're not going to understand it. You can pretend you can understand it all day long, but at the end of the day it's like, if I say I need this, then I need this. You can't think that, no, I'll be fine without it. And you know, make sure that if you're with somebody, like say, okay, I don't really have a personal family myself, but like my boyfriend, he comes from a very, very big family that's really close with each other. You gotta talk to your family and make sure that everybody else is on board. Like, you know, like I would not be expecting everybody to be fluent in sign language within like 3 weeks. I'm gonna be gone in 3 weeks. Like, come on. But like, get to some sort of like equal thing here. Like, I've done my work for so long. I'm like talking out of my mouth because that's what's easier for you. And now I need to be met halfway because you talking is not gonna help. So basically just listen to what your partner needs because they know best.
Absolutely. And then like for me personally, I mean communication is so key, and that trust, something that I might not see one day, I might see the next day depending on how tired my eyes are, how the lighting is, and just like asking is perfectly okay to, if I need help sort of like getting past this little obstacle that I'm walking through or something like that. Rikki's hearing, she might hear one thing, but she might not hear another.
Exactly.
So it's kind of like me, I might see
like
something.
Bitcoin was a perfect example of that. Like there's so many things that like, oh, I heard this thing, but I didn't hear this thing, or I understood that. But even in the same sentence 3 words later, I had no idea what you just said.
Absolutely, yeah.
Even right now, I'm kind of like, okay, I'm gonna wait for the captions to get on this video so I know what's being said.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys want to check out the video that I did on Rikki's channel and all of our friends here, the yellow little mouses.
Come on, if you're not gonna watch it for me, watch it for that.
Watch it. Look at this face and tell it you're not gonna.
It's so cute and happy.
Tell it you're not gonna watch that video.
Yeah, come on.
If you've had any experience, whether you're disabled or able-bodied, with dating and dating someone who is opposite, whether able-bodied or disabled. How did that experience go for you? Leave a comment down below, and I'd be curious to hear. And it's an open discussion, it's an open forum, so feel free to bounce thoughts and conversations off of each other. Give this video a like and subscribe to Rikki. She has awesome content about deafness and whatever, Pokemon, whatever she's like in the mood to talk about, and it's relevant in her life. I will see you guys next time. Bye.